Hello farmers, welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. Just in time to see that the contract in field 33, which I took to fertilize, is now finished. I do have the Voltra, he's over in field number 3 up here with the other manure spreader. He's fertilizing that. And yeah, we are spreading some lime down. I already got 2 of the 4 fields done. This is the 3rd field, so the one straight ahead of us. That's the one right next to the sheep pen and the chicken coops. And of course the small field over behind the sheds by the mini farm here is taken care of. Has stopped and expected. Tank is empty. Are we actually out of cow manure? And he's empty? Alright, there's a news flash for me. Hang on a second. Are we out of manure? Let's scroll down here to the cows. Yeah, well, I would say so, seeing they only got 7,000 liters of it. How about the hogs, the piggies? The piggies have 108,000 liters left. How far did you get? All right, you got a little bit of ways to go. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come into the settings, and we will take some from the hogs for now. All right, let's come back up here. Wait, I'm already there. Fire up the engine, and you should keep on going. It looked like that pile was huge. Where are we? Okay, here we are. All right, there's still what? Wait. Is that not actually in there? Well, I may have to bring the wheel loader over, and yeah, I'm not sure. It's not picking this manure up because I guess it's outside the trigger. Either way, we got to use a lot of it. I need to get back to doing what we were doing. As you look in the forecast, there is some rain in the forecast, but the good news is I don't have nothing to harvest right now, so that's fine by me. We might have things to harvest in the morning, but as for now, nothing. If it does rain tomorrow, we could always go up to our tree farm and go ahead and cut down some trees and make sure our wood chipper's up and going. But other than that, yeah, our field should be all set. So hopefully it's not one of those, like, 18-hour rainy day type of things. But if it is, we'll find something to do. Always something to do here on the Pacific Northwest with the fields that we have. I guess if we really run out of things to do, I probably could take contracts to fertilize and, well, that'd be all it. I can't really do harvesting contracts, right? So just have to put some lime down in the rest of this field, then go up to field number 4 and spread lime on that. But before I do go up there, I'm going to go back to the farm and top this sucker off, because I definitely don't have enough lime to go ahead and do all that stuff. So yeah, we did the contract in field for 33. I think we got paid 20 grand for that, and the good news is I just used all the cow manure, so really no cost at all to spray the field like we usually do. And I'm okay that we use the cow manure, and even up here on the upper plateau, if we run out, we'll just have to spray the fields and fertilize them that way for a little while. But we do have a good amount of cows, so maybe in a day or so, we'll just make sure the bottom fields are fertilized. And the upper fields will kind of go back to the situation as to where I gotta spray just regular artificial fertilizer on it. No big deal. We do have like 200 cows. Like I said, it may not take long to go ahead and fill that back up. So the other manure, I'm not really sure. Either it's outside the trigger or what have you. I don't know. It could be also placed that in there with a wheel loader. I think at one point I was using the wheel loader to load up the manure, and I may have put some back in there. I don't know. But either way, this field is all set to be seeded. We're going to be taking this class Axion. Yeah, let's go with Axion. I usually pronounce it Axion. We'll be taking this tractor, grabbing our seed drill, and we're going to be putting down some soybeans up here in all these fields. Just did sunflower. We'll put some soybeans up here, and yeah, I really don't need any other crop for the animals at the moment. I think we got plenty of oats. I think we did oats not long ago. And there is that field all taken care of. I will try to get all the fields seeded tonight before it gets dark, which means I got about 3 hours or so. I may slow down the speed down to ×1 just so I can get them all done, rather than going into the night hours. Just so they're on the same cycle. I don't want to go to bed and come and then seed some other fields. That way they're on different days and all that. So hopefully the hog barn has enough manure. And we usually use that manure to do the greenhouses. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. Just have to be careful of the manure at the cow barn for a while, and then the hogs should be able to produce enough to keep the greenhouses going. If I don't have enough for the vineyards, I'm not too concerned about that right now either. Alright, so a full spreader of lime. Let's skip to field number 4. Field number 4 and get that field done, and then we can come back down here, put this in the shed, and we'll grab our seed drill and start throwing some soybean seeds around. A little bit of a steep part of the beginning of field number 4. Now, if you're really into logging, I just saw this today on a modded site, but if you're really into logging and do love this map, apparently someone took this map and planted all trees in it, and they're calling it the Pacific Northwest Forestry map. It's out there. I'm just going to just say that. It's out there. I saw it myself. I didn't download it or try it out, but because we already are doing a forestry map as it is. Shouldn't take us too long to throw some lime down here. Part of me has thought about buying more fields up here, but it seems like I got enough going on with the fields that we have. I thought about maybe buying some more fields and maybe merging some together. But overall, I think I'm happy with the fields that we do have, because then I would just be hiring more and more help. The one thing I don't think I've done up here in a long time is actually plow the fields. Not that they require to be plowed, but maybe we'll get into plowing some fields next time. Just because they haven't been plowed since, well, the beginning, pretty much. And that periodic plowing is turned on. It's supposed, I don't know if that's broken or, because it's supposed to be after every 3 harvests, kind of like lime, to where you have to plow the field. And the field never says it needs to be plowed, so I don't know. Does the game actually have that in calculation to where, well, he hasn't plowed the fields, so the yield is lower, and it's just not showing on the map that the field needs to be plowed, or is this not taking effect? I have no idea, so I've been thinking about plowing these fields over here. I sure hope that worker in field number 3 finishes fertilizing that field with the pig manure. I hope I don't run out there as well. That may not be the best of things. But I was over by the greenhouses before I started recording, and that manure should last another day and a half. And usually I just need about 70,000 liters to fill those up. Definitely want to keep the greenhouses going. That has helped bringing us in, I think, like $50,000 a day in property income. And I am kind of hoping for a great demand at somewhere, just because I would love to get that loan interest below $100,000 this evening. We are very close to be doing so. We will be taking off at least 200 grand off the loan that we do have. But I don't think that's enough to knock $400 off the interest rate. Plus I'm going to be buying some seed and fertilizer still. I also just put the global company mod in to where the cows only, quote unquote, produce the milk after just after 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So say you sold all the milk just after 6 a.m., you're not going to see any milk being collected in your cow barn until after 6 p.m. So basically it's kind of acting as if a worker's going there and milking the cows at certain times of day. Can I get this all in one strip? There we go, that'll work. I may have a little sliver here and there that I missed, but what I'll do is I'll make sure I just, as long as I work the edge of the field and I get the rest wherever. And like I said, go back to the farm, grab our Horse Pronto 9 meter wide, and we'll throw down some soybean seeds everywhere. And we'll try to get these little pieces here because it will bother me a little bit. And I think there's one on the edge of the field over here. But yep, time to head back to the farm, grab our seed drill, and start planting some soybeans. So here is an example of what I thought about doing. So like even this field here, I thought about buying this field here and then merging these two together. And then now I'm rethinking that I might still do it anyways. But I'm not going to do anything buying more land or anything like that until we get our loan interest below $100,000. I know I keep bringing it up, but that seems like a good milestone to achieve here in this Let's Play. You know what? This is full of great demand at Dairy Station. Helper E has completed his task, which I don't see the milk being better than what I can be at our own market. Let's scroll over to the milk. Yeah, so at the Dairy Station, that is actually a pretty darn good price compared to what we usually have. But you can still see at our selling stations, we're talking almost, that price is dropping way low. I think the high price we've seen is like $1,600 and something. Well, prices are just dropping everywhere. The ones I want to keep a good eye on is the sugar price. Well, we're not selling any sugar. The bread at the bakery. That is something that we may be selling here pretty soon. Actually, I may have to go sell that now because eventually at some point that bread price is going to drop. The question is, can I get some fields seeded before that? It will be kind of weird because all that bread down there is sitting out in the open. So all the flies and insects can get to it. And then the best part is if it does start to rain, we'll have soggy bread. So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get the 4 fields seeded that we just put lime down and then hire a worker to do field number 3, which just did where the vulture is. We'll hire a worker to seed that field. And then we can go ahead and maybe sell some of that bread. So, I mean, that bread was what nine something, which is not a bad price. And we got plenty of bread. Okay, so here is the seed that we need. I do like the fact that on the Real Dirt mod, I got that mod installed. So when you're going over just regular grassland or on the road, the dirt will not, meaning whatever product you ran through last time, like for us right now it's lime, is not washing off by itself. I like the fact that it stays on there. Alright, time to put some more money back into the ground. Let's turn it on here. These fields are small enough, I'm not going to bother with GPS. Time I set up GPS for one field and go to another, it's sometimes more of a hassle to set it up. So I'm going to have a little bit of wavy lines here and there, but I'll make sure we get every little square inch that we can. Yep, now my seed row is going to turn all white. Yeah, we do have a good amount of bread sitting back there at the bakery. Same thing with sugar. We're piling up with sugar. The one thing I will need to do, because I am getting kind of low on the wheat. I don't think I got any wheat or barley left. But, yeah, I don't think I do. But the bakery is getting kind of low on the wheat and barley to make bread. So I think the last batch I put in there might be the last batch that I have until it comes time to harvest our barley that we planted in the Lower Plateau. Yeah, I think those 3 fields down below by the cow barn is going to be just more than wheat and barley from now on to keep the bakery up and going. Or if I need crop to feed the animals, but yeah, the only thing I would have to plant at some point would be corn. So I should keep an eye on my corn, see how much corn I got left. I got plenty of sunflowers, canola around to feed the pigs. I have thought about there are more mods out there to make pig food. We did have a pig food mixer, but to me, the mod that I was using, it just wasn't worth it. The way the mixture was coming out and how much I was putting in, how much I was getting out of it, it just wasn't worth it, so we went ahead and sold it. It may be something I look into, maybe get another pig food mixer and putting it down. May give it a go, but as for now, I think we're pretty okay the way we've been feeding them. As the train goes whizzing on by, we are in the 4th field for soybeans. Getting it done. I did go over and, well, first of all, I hired a worker to sow the field over by the sheep pasture. Just so I can go grab the Voltra and the manure spreader and put that away. I went down and grabbed the John Deere and that manure spreader, put that away. Oh, I haven't collected the contract in Field 33 yet. And then I went around to the factories just to see what was going on. With nighttime coming up, I wanted to make sure my factories are up and running. The bakery is the only one not running at the moment, and I don't have enough wheat to toss. Well, I got wheat around here, but the wheat I do have is for the animals, so the bakery is pretty much done producing bread at the moment. Still no rain, which is fine by me. Not that I don't mind working in the rain once in a while, but, you know, I'd rather it just rain at night at this point. And there's a little bit of the wage payment. Then once we get with this field, we'll bring the tractor and seed drill over to field number 3. I'll set up course play so he can go ahead and get that field done. And while he's working, we'll be down by the factories grabbing some bread. The price of sugar is going up at the moment as well, but it's got to climb up pretty good before I want to go ahead and sell it. So there's a few things on the factories. If I do keep the Pepsi factory, I am going to have to give the Pepsi factory some sugar. Oh, probably not in the next couple days. So that shouldn't be too hard since we got almost 500,000 liters of sugar beet sitting in the silo. And, what's the other thing I was going to say? I don't know at this point. Oh yeah, the meat factory. The meat factory, next time we sell some pigs, I'll probably bring some pigs over there and toss them into the meat factory to be butchered on up. I mean, we did that a long time ago. That meat factory's been running on those same 6 pigs? 5 or 6 pigs that we tossed in there. Still tossing out the meat, being, actually it'd be pork, wouldn't it? Mostly pork, yeah, to be processed. But I think it's still got like 350 liters, raw liters of meat to be processed, which can turn out to be somewhere around 60,000 liters of meat. I was looking, after I got done all that and this tractor was still seeding the field by the sheep pasture, I went into the market just to see about upgrading, trading the Axion class tractor in for a bigger tractor, just because this does struggle a little bit once in a while on the hills. The T8 did as well, so yeah, the seed drill requires, I forgot how much horsepower this requires, but our T8, I think the T8 is 425 horsepower. I think this Axion's 445 horsepower, and yeah, it just struggles a little bit once in a while on the hills. Not to a great extent. It only slows down to like maybe 7-8 miles an hour. So it's not too bad. But then again, the price may scare me when I see about trading this one in and upgrading it. And yeah, I thought myself just a little while ago, I mentioned I should maybe buy that field and merge it with the other one. And my senses came back to me and said, no, you promised yourself, and I can't remember if I told you guys this or not, but I know I told myself this. I want to keep the fields up here small because it's easier for me to work in. When the fields start getting too big, it's kind of hard to make a video on it because, you know, it's kind of like Hazard County with those big fields. I can't just sit there and record me doing one field, because even just doing one field on that map took like, you know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So it's easier to keep the fields kind of like on the small side. That way I can show you the whole process of me working in the field and have a conversation. Well, I'm really having a conversation with myself all the time, but I'm kind of talking to you guys as well. But you guys don't reply at the very instant I'm talking, so it's kind of a conversation with myself, which I do quite often on the mic and YouTube and off YouTube. So I'm used to talking to myself all the time. So yeah, once we get done here, like I said, bring this guy over to field 3, set up course play, and we'll hop on down. We'll go ahead and sell our bread. I haven't checked on the price since I mentioned that the price was pretty decent, so hopefully the price is still in the 900s. We'll go sell it because I would love to pay off more than $200,000 on this loan before we call it an evening. And like I said, it all depends on how the weather is when we wake up. If it's raining, it's pretty much going to be go up to the tree farm, cut down trees, and feed the wood chipper, which is good because the wood chipper right now is sitting idle, doing nothing. So I do know that it's out of logs to be chipped. And it wouldn't take us long to get the tree harvester. With my practices on Green Mountain Forest, it shouldn't take me too long to rip down some trees and get into the wood chipper and get that up and going. Because the fields that should be ready tomorrow should be all the fields on the lower plateau, the west side. So the sugar beet field, the grass field, the cotton field. And yes, we're going to have a field day at some point when the prices get back to being good at our self-marketing areas. Because, I know, not knowing, we put those self-marketing areas up. We've only sold some milk at one of the stations just to make sure it worked. Haven't really sold anything elsewhere because we're trying to figure out what the best price is. And it looked like when I put down all the stuff, that was the time the best price was. So now the prices have dropped, so now we need to wait for them to go back up. And we should make a killing on cotton, wool, eggs, and milk. And also, in the future, potatoes. Yeah, I think we're going to put the potatoes back down the sugar beet field down there. Actually, looking at it, my cotton field from here, that's what we're looking at down in the upper right hand corner of the screen. Looks like the cotton field. Is that ready for harvest? Yes, it is. Yeah, I can see the cotton from here. It's all, I see all white down there. I'm like, I think my cotton might be ready. So yes, those fields are ready for harvest. That means the grass field is ready as well. Make some silage bales out of that. Because we made hay last time, and I think I got enough hay to go around. But I think I really need to stockpile on the hay a little bit more. Because the hay that I made, it needs to go to the BGA and put into the TMR mixer. I do have 400,000 liters-ish of TMR, but the cows roughly need 700,000 liters when it comes time to feeding their trough, so... Alright, so there is the fourth field done. And I have to say that slow, fourth field, because I might end up saying fourth shield or something like that. It may sound like that to some people. So let's zip on over to the other side, to the northeast part of the map, and make that field lovely with soybeans as well. And then the upper plateau should be good for a couple days other than taking care of the weeds when they show up, probably in the morning. And we'll get the Voltra out and weeding those fields. I probably also need to take care of cleaning out the sheep and the chickens. But it will be kind of nice having the self-marketing right there where chickens and sheep are. It'd be easier just to go 5 feet. I don't have to bring the auto-loading trailer up and bring it wherever. Not like that was a big deal. Just makes it easier. And that's the whole point of the self-marketing. But yeah, I cannot wait to see how much money we get from selling at our own stations. So there's our wood chipper there on the left sitting idle. I know it's not low on diesel fuel because I just put like 5,000 liters of diesel fuel in there. Let's go ahead and unfold this. Alright, let's get course play up here. Course generation for field number 3, correct? And I went past it already. You can do 3 headlands. That should be more than enough. 9 meters is good. So field 3, around 3 times 9 meter wise. 9-meter wise. No, 9 meters wide. There you go. Calculated, and I always turn it on to my implement, even though Courseplay should start it up, but I always feel like I need to do it for it. Can I hop out of the vehicle? There we go. So the last field that we need to take care of right here, and that'll be taken care of by him. Let's go into the market page. Yeah, so I was in here earlier, and I was just, we got plenty of wheat, but that is for our chickens. The chickens can go through a good amount of wheat. We have a decent amount of oats for the horses. That should last a while. The canola, sunflower, and soybean, and the corn is mostly for the pigs, but if a great demand comes up and it's a good price, we may sell it at some point. So the main things I got to be careful. So the sugar beet, we are almost maxed out at the silo for sugar beet and potatoes. What is the cotton price looking like? That's not. As for our self-marketing, that price is not the greatest. Eggs, we know, can get up to almost $3,000. What is this? Wool. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. That can get up to $1,000. The milk, we know, can get up to $16, so that's not a good price to sell. All this stuff doesn't matter too much. And then we get into Pepsi. Finally, I know Pepsi, we've seen up to $1,400. That I said, well, it's kind of worth doing there, but just for $1,000, I would not sell it because I can sell sugar for almost $1,000. The sugar price we were watching, because that's starting to go up, that needs to get up to like 900. And the bread right now, $9.84 at the bakery. And right now, Agri Wholesales is climbing. I mean, do I want to wait, or I just want to go ahead and sell the bread at the bakery? Agri Wholesales is way up to where the field is. We're just seeding, so that would be a little bit of a trip. And I really don't see the price getting that much better than the bakery. So let's just go ahead and hop on down to our truck. I think this is, yes, it is. And a little bit of lag here, but it's not actually that bad. Let's go pick up the bread that is at the factory and just clear that out. And then we'll head to the bakery and sell what we have. Actually, I made quite a few amount of pallets over here. Let me go ahead and make sure I turn this on. And then around and make sure we go pick up what we have. So, yeah, the manure here... it's good for like another day or so, like I said. I'm actually concerned about the manure now. I did not expect us to use that much manure from the cows for the fields on the lower plateau and also in the upper plateau as well. So on to the bakery. Let's go ahead and sell some of this bread, and we got probably like another trip and a half to go. It's not a full trailer because some of these pallets are not full. But we should get, I'm going to say like 60, I'm going to still throw a number, 68,000. Quick math, I have no ideas. 68,000 sound good? Sure. Yep, just both of you run into me, please. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, now everyone's going to honk the horn. You run in the back of him. I can't back up. What is a trucker to do? And just like that, the traffic cleared up. It's amazing how that works. Anyways, let's go ahead and get hopefully like another 77,000. That'd be really nice. All right, 75. Not too bad. And I got more bread to go pick up. Not quite a full trailer, but if I can get like $50,000 from this one, that'd be fantastic as well. Let me go ahead and unload that, start selling it. All right, so 57.6. Not too bad. Bring us up to 528,000 in the bank account, which pretty much means I can probably pay $425,000 off that loan. And wait a minute, did I collect on that contract yet? No, I did not. Can I collect on that contract? I did like a while ago. Anything for field 35, even though we just finished that harvest contract not too long ago in game? No. So that brings it up to $550,000. So now I'm thinking I'm going to pay $450,000 off that contract. That may put us below loan interest payment of $100,000 at night. That would be, I may go celebrate afterwards. So while I'm waiting for the Class Action Tractor Courseplay worker to get done seeding the soybean field, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be over here in Lagville just for a little bit. I'm going to go grab, if I can, I'm steering all over the place. Come on, lag, stop it. I'm going to grab our other truck and trailer, which is around here somewhere, because I know I just repaired it. I forgot where I left it, though. It might be down at the shed. I need to come grab some sugar beets with that, put that in the sugar factory. I need to take some pallets out of the... it looks like it's full again. So, I need to clean up some of this stuff, so that way the sugar factory can work overnight. And then we'll pay off this loan a little bit. Well, I literally just came back here to see how the Class Tractor was doing, how we're getting on. And so I can finish the field, and just as I took over, it started to rain. So I should get this done really in a decent amount of time. It should only take me a couple minutes, so that means the ground's not going to get too wet. So, it'd be all fine. The injectors on the seed drill should be able to handle this. It's just a slight drizzle to start with, so the ground's not going to get too wet that quick, I would hope. That Courseplay was saying it could finish another 2.5 minutes, so I'm thinking I might turn around a little bit quicker than Courseplay. So I'm kind of glad it started raining now, so that just means it'll just stop raining sooner. So hopefully when we wake up next morning that it's not raining, but like I said, if it is, well, we'll be up in the tree farm, and we'll be cutting down some trees, which I need to do anyways to get the wood chipper up and going. I mean, is it a big deal if the wood chipper's not running? No. Would I like to keep it running? Yes. I mean, I think the other day we sold somewhere around $70,000 worth of wood chips, which is not a bad price for a hard economy. And just like that, all of our fields up here now have soybeans in them. All been fertilized. They are set to go. So, I'm going to bring the Class Tractor and our seed drill back to the farm, park it on up. And as I walk home, because it's a long walk from up here at the, this farm down to the house, I'll log on to the phone, to the bank account, pay off $450,000. It's not going to put us below $35 million on the loan itself. But the thing that we're all waiting to see is when midnight comes, is the loan interest below $100,000? We shall find out here very shortly. Back home by the pool in the pouring rain. Luckily, it's like one of those warm summer nights where you don't mind being out in the rain. It feels kind of good. Plus, I need a bath anyways. All that, long days of work. Need to take a shower. But anyways, our money is down to, was down to $101,000, but we got some property income there to bring us up to $103,000. If we go into our bank account here, our loan is down to $35.3 million. But let's go ahead. It's 9 o'clock. So if we sleep 9 hours, that means 6 o'clock in the morning we'll be up. That sounds good. And now what we all want to see is what is our loan interest. Loan interest is down to $99,171. Hooray. Goal achieved. And we start the morning with $11,000 in our bank account. No more room for eggs. Okay. So I lost a little bit of cash there. Who's full of eggs here? Well, it's not you. It's, alright. Well, this one's not in the trigger. Alright, we'll just move all these over. And bam. So I lost some money on the eggs there. I don't think I have any more free pallets. Our wool is getting full, which is good. Do I have any more free pallets? I think it's time to win that price. I mean, I guess I could steal one from here. I don't have any more pallets. What is the market for... Where do I need to be? Over here. So let's go over to eggs. Yeah, you know what we're going to be doing starting next episode, don't you? Oh, yeah, we're going to wait for that price to peak, and we're going to be selling some eggs. Damn skippy we are. The milk pricing, not so good. How is the cotton price? The cotton price is going up. That is good because, well, oh, wait a minute, I can't harvest cotton. Wait a minute. What's the forecast looking? The forecast is still just saying rain, which is not good. That means it could rain basically all day. Because usually when the forecast is getting ready to shift, you'll see what the next forecast is, like clouds or sun or whatever. And it usually takes like once you see that, it'll be another 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours sometimes for it to change. Yeah, that's not good. But I mean, we'll sell the cotton that we do have. But definitely we'll be selling some eggs and the cotton. How is the sugar price? The sugar price didn't get high. So the bakery price, how did that go? Because we sold... That's cheese. I was like, wow, okay. The bakery price. So the agro wholesales, remember that we sold the bread at the bakery for like $9.80 something, and the price was rising at agro wholesales, the one I was going to get to. It got to $9.64. Pepsi price, that Pepsi price is, yeah. The meat price is actually pretty good, but I don't have enough of that. But definitely, we're going to be selling some eggs once that price peaks up. The wool price all around, yeah, it's not... yeah. But this is looking good. The forecast isn't, though. The forecast isn't. And the last thing I need to check here, do I have weeds in all my fields? Yes, we do. So the Voltra, no, wait, not the Voltra. I'm going to need the Voltra to sell the eggs. So let me just jump up to here. These should only be in the first growth stage, so I should be okay with the class action and using the weeder on that. And we'll take the Vulture, we'll sell some eggs, and cut down some trees, I guess, because it's going to be a rainy day on the farm next episode. But yay, we finally reached the goal of getting our loan interest down to below $100,000 per night. Good times. The loan itself is down to almost $35 million, and we should have a lot of cash rolling in with all these eggs. If I can get the cotton harvest in today, that'd be great. It's not looking well, though. But that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I do appreciate you watching, as always. And I'll catch you right here on a rainy Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one.